DAX is the formula language commonly used in Microsoft Power BI to create measures, calculated columns, and custom tables. Once you understand and master DAX, it gives you the powerful control over your visuals and reports within your Power BI dashboard, allowing for better performance and flexibility. So welcome back to Excel Island, where the goal and objective is to learn and master the Microsoft Power BI tool over the next 100 days. And today is day 45. We've been learning consistently and showing up over the past 44 days. So we're actually on a course called Intermediate DAX in Power BI, with the objective is to learn and master DAX functions within the Power BI interface. On the previous live stream, we started with beginner DAX functions in Power BI. You can catch those previous live stream and previous lessons to introduce to what is called row level security, how to apply row level security, and manage rows in Power BI. We're going to create an email list which we're going to be using to implement row level security, and we'll learn about the security filtering functions in Power BI. So also all the task exercise files, Power BI files that I'll be using to learn so far for the next 100 days is already linked under the YouTube description. Do make sure to download those files and practice along with me. So without further ado, let's jump back to learning, and welcome to day 45. Do well to support the channel by giving these live streams a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live or drop a new content on the channel. So welcome back to the channel and welcome to our Power BI journey. So you can see we're actually on a course called Intermediate DAX in Power BI. So I go under the career track real quick. So to show you what it looks like, you can see we are actually 60% out of 100% to complete the whole career track. And we actually started, when I started this habit of learning, if this fun way of learning, I actually started with data analysis in SQL career track, which ran for 100 days of learning. You can catch those live stream also on the channel, the live stream tab on the channel. So definitely, when we complete the data analysis in Power BI, the next goal, the next objective this year is to learn the data analysis with Python career track also. So definitely want to subscribe right now and put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live and start learning or either Power BI or Python also. So you can actually learn and tag along with me. So let's click the data analysis in Power BI really quick to see all what we've covered so far. So you can see we started with the introduction to Power BI. We did some case study here, which is the customer churn analysis in Power BI. We took some other courses, other lessons before jumping to a case study, H analytics in Power BI. They actually started from the DAX function, which is just introduction to what DAX is. They were moving to intermediate DAX. So let's continue from here right away. So this you can see we learned all about the if function, and we also learned all about the AND function, the OR function, the NOT function. We covered switch to also switch and switch to perform some code analysis, some code categorization on our data set. We also covered what is called the ask no value function and the rank X function. So these are the parts of what we covered on the previous live stream. You definitely want to watch those videos to catch up on day 44, what we've learned so far. So click on got it, and we'll just continue on this second chapter, row level security. So let's get started.
Welcome back. It's time to learn about personalized dashboards using row level security. Row level security, also referred to as RLS, can be used to restrict data access for given users, specifically for logged in users. To do so, you can define different roles and rules within Power BI. Thus, a dashboard could look different depending on the person viewing it. Row level security uses filters to restrict data at the row level. To understand, here's an example. The sales table below contains sales for the West and East region. If we apply RLS and filter for rows where region is equal to East, the two rows from the West region would be removed. Depending on the size and structure of an organization, RLS has many use cases. You can create user access requirements for specific roles, such as the sales teams. You could, for example, show sales teams different data than the non-sales teams. You can also restrict access requirements for a specific user or a group of users. For example, showing the sales team in Europe data from their respective region without giving access to sales data of other regions. The final use case is if your stakeholder or customer only wants to see specific data presented. You could, for example, give the general manager access to sales data from all regions. And if you're working on a project for a client, you could leave out parts of the data they are not interested in. Let's have a look at a few examples. Here you can see how the dashboard looks for the Switzerland sales teams. You can use RLS, so certain users don't have access to any data, which causes all graphs to be empty. In the final visualization, we created specific access rights for the general manager who has access to all data. You might be wondering, what does row-level security have to do with DAX? RLS uses DAX to provide filtered values at a row level. You can write table filter DAX expressions in the Manage Role section in Power BI to filter on a fact or dimension table. Let's assume the database has an is salesperson column that indicates if a certain employee is a salesperson. From there, you set is salesperson equal to true. That way, you ensure that only salespeople can have a look at the dashboard. Using dynamic row-level security, you can ensure users only see the information appropriate for their roles. The first one is user principal name. This function returns the user principal name or email address. It gives the same result in Power BI Desktop and Power BI Service. Power BI Service is a tool to create, share, and consume business insight inside an organization. Because it gives the same results regardless of the tool you are using, it is often the preferred method. We'll explain how to use this in the next video. The other function is username. This function offers an alternative method to enable RLS with its own use cases, but falls outside the scope of this course. Dynamic row-level security enables you to create custom dashboards for individuals. You can, for example, personalize the dashboard of each individual salesperson. This is a very powerful feature of RLS, and you'll learn how to do this later on. Your dashboards will be as secure as a military base before you know it. It's securing time. Enjoy.
Okay, so let's secure our dashboard like a security team. So applying row-level security. Row-level security is great to utilize in business case scenarios where you need to provide users with a certain subset of data. Which of the following is not a reason to implement row-level security? Is not a reason. So the first option says you need to restrict access requirements for a specific set of users. So this is a reason. The manager wants to create user access requirements based on a row. This is a reason. The America sales team should only be shown sales of its own region. This is a reason. All users need to have access to all available data. This is not a reason. Because all users. So you don't have to use RLS if you are happy showing your data to all stakeholders. That's true.
Hello. In this video, we'll investigate row-level security for different salespeople. It displays the sales over time on the graph on the left, and on the right, we see 3 different cards with extra sales information such as the transaction count. We have a fact table to put.
Uh-oh.
Pull this information, but it is comprised of different entities. The sales are from multiple stores in different countries and different regions. We can filter the fact table to only provide transactions that match with specific entities. Let's go to Modeling and navigate to Manage Roles. We create a new role and call it Entity. We'll select the DIM entity table to filter on, and more specifically to email. As we learned in the previous video, we can use the user principal name function to return the email of each user. Power BI will filter on the email address of the logged in user and only show those values. We navigate to the DIM entity table to see how this works. If a person with an email out of this list would log in, they would only see the sales values associated with their email address. Let's navigate to the modeling page and select View As. We tick both checkboxes so we can type one of the email addresses. The header changed to Switzerland. The sales value over time changed, and the cars on the right also changed. We do notice, however, that product category count is still 8. We don't sell all product categories in Switzerland, so something is going wrong here. When we investigate the formula, we notice the product category counts the values in the product category table instead of the fact table. We used the cross-filter function to make sure it could go between a product category and the fact table, but it doesn't seem to be applied correctly in this case. There is nothing wrong with the function, so let's investigate how the relationship between both tables looks in the model view. The user principal name function we defined earlier in the fact table got shown correctly. The arrow is going from the dimensional table to the fact table, but not from the fact table to the dimensional table, which is why we are unable to query it. We need to change the relationship to both and apply the security filter in both directions. It is important we tick this checkbox so the information can flow from the DIM entity table all the way to the product category table using security filters. The report pane now shows us the correct number of product categories of 1. Contoso only sells products from the TV and video category in Switzerland, so this makes sense. That's it for the demo. Over to you.
And let's give it a shot and see how it looks like in our challenge. So what we're creating an email list, implement row level security and security filtering. Okay, coming up. So it says in the following, creating an email list. This is our challenge. In the following exercises, you'll be setting up a data model so that employees have different dashboard views depending on their role. In order to use the user principal name function in the next exercise, you need an email address associated with each employee. You could import these emails into the data model, but since the worldwide importers follows a standard approach for email, it makes sense to use DAX syntax instead. So open email list Power BI file. So make sure to download the files using the link under the YouTube description, so you can have access to all exercise files as well also. So I just open my data set from my local machine here and open the exercise called email lists. Okay. So that's coming up. So we're going to navigate to the employee view and inspect the elements of the team employee. So we navigate to the view header and go to the team employee table to inspect each column we have available in the team employee table. Okay, this is up. So we have some dashboard there based on our challenges so far. So based on what we've solved so far when we began this intermediate DAX in Power BI. So I go to the data view, go to the team employee table, and see that we have the employee key, the employee ID, then the employee name, the preferred name of the employee. Either this employee is a salesperson or not, the photo of the employee if available. We have the valid form and valid to date of the employee. They have a nilage key. So probably this nilage key is giving us information about the manager of each employee. That's interesting. Consider we don't have much information. If we don't have anything that has to do with email on this table, so we just go ahead to the next table. You are asked to create a field for the email address of the employees. You will use the employee column because it stores the names and surnames of the employees. So we're going to use the employee columns. Create a calculated column email that provides the email format first name dot last name as wwi.com based on the employee column using the substitute function. Make sure the email is written in lowercase. You can use our cheat sheets if you. So we're going to create an email list, a calculated column. So let's go back and create an email list. Is it with a substitute function, or we're going to be using we want to create a calculated column email that provides the email format first name dot last name. Also have first name dot last name as ww. So the first name dot last. We're going to replace this, or okay, we're going to replace this space here with a dot for the email name. So let's create a new column. So we're going to call our new column email, which is equals to. So before we concatenate, we're going to use first name, last name at www.com. That's interesting. So let's say equals to employee. I'm going to call on the employee name. So employee. So employee. Then, but I need to replace this is with a substitute. Okay. So let's use the substitute function. Substitute first. So it's going to be the old text, then the new text. The old text is going to be my employee. My employee column, comma. The new text, the old text there, I want to get rid of the space. I'm going to wrap my space in a semicolon, in a double column rather, double quotes, and replace that space with a dot. So we don't want the instance. So that's what we've done. They want to concatenate that with this text at wwi.com. So let's concatenate that with ww. I think that will be in wwi.com. So another challenge is we have to wrap this template. This template has to be in small letters according to the instruction here. So it says make sure that the email is written in lowercase. So let's see what it looks like first. Let's see whether we got it. Well, WWI should be in small letter. Okay. Everything here, this WWI is in lowercase too. Lowercase.com. Let's see the result first before we decide if it makes sense. Ooh, you can see the following syntax according invalid token line 2 offsets 51. Oh, okay. I didn't wrap it in quotes here. So I'm missing a quote there. Let's see. Still getting an error. So it's saying cannot convert value lily.code of type text to type 2 or false. We need to convert this employee. Okay, let's look at what data type here. The data type is text. So what's not the challenge? So lily.code, okay. It cannot convert value lily.code to type text or true or false. Mm. Mm. Okay, what we could just do, okay, let's see. I think I can just, okay, let's check this first. Let's log this in first. You can see we have our value now. So you can see we have the name. So the challenge now we need to do is to concatenate this name with www.com, wwi.com. But another challenge, another way I could have done that is to use the concatenate function. I could say concat. So I'm going to concat all of these texts, comma, with another text. Let's see. Probably because I was using double quotes there. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay. Now let's see. Oh, it works. So I've forgotten my arts. So you have arts here. Arts. So we have our arts there. You can see. So we are getting there. So the next thing is to convert this lily to smaller letters. So I think I can come here and change it to lowercase, lower, and wrap all of this text in lowercase. Okay. Oh, there's a mistake here. Hold up, hold up. Everything's in lowercase already though. But it shouldn't be giving me error there. Let's see. Let's see what's our error here. What if I wrap the all of the function in lowercase? That should save. This is the text. I can just close all of this. Okay, this should work also. Still better, still better. Can see all of them are now in lowercase. Lily.code at wwi.com. So I actually created an email list just like that. Can see, so we've got that. Create a new measure called email account in the measures table that counts the unique number of email address, then add it to a card visualization in the email employee analysis. Okay, let's go back here to the report view under employee analysis here. So we want to count number of email that we have here. Create a new measure, email count. So let's create a new measure here called new measure email count. So the goal is to count the number of unique emails. Once you use distinct counts there, definitely distinct counts. Let's see distinct counts. It's a count number of distinct values in a column. I want to count the email, there. Okay, let's log that in. You can see the email count. So we want to bring that email count in a card. Let's drop it in a card. Because we have 20 emails. That's interesting. Trying to make this smaller. Okay, this is better. So okay, you can see we have 20 emails, unique emails there. So we have our email count there sorted out. So next it says how many unique email addresses are there in the database? We have 20. Cool, we know that. So we got 20 emails just like that using the employee names to create an email for. That's interesting to see. So let's move on to the next challenge. Now let's implement RLS, implementing RLS. So in this example, you will be implementing RLS to allow users of our dashboard to only see certain data. You'll be using user principal name function to create a custom DAX expression so salesperson can view their own sales performance, while others will not be able to see any data at all. So let's continue from here. Let's navigate to the model view. Let's continue with this. So let's continue with this same file here. We just save that and open another file called implementing RLS. Just for let's see implementing RLS here. We just confirm if we got our calculation. We could just actually check the solution to the file, to that previous exercise, the email we created, just to compare our work. So navigate to the model view and click manage roles to create a new sales person role. Okay, let's see. You can see we got 20 email counts, but let's look at the measure that was used for that. The email, the function can see the distinct count email. But if you go to the data view, go to the employee column, you can see what they use there. Let's see, they use lower, we use actually the same challenge, the same thing. Lower substitute employee. Okay, there is substitutes here. Or why is there a comma here? Okay, they have this in a comma. Okay, I'll pay attention to it, but I was able to solve it using my own technique also. That's the most important thing. You see, so there are different approach to the same challenge. You can see, that's interesting to see. Let's move on though. Oh, let's get back to our report view. So we have to go to the model view. This is the model view here. Model view, okay. So the model view right here. Click manage roles. I want to click on manage roles. Hold up, let me just hide all this. Let's click on manage roles. Okay. So create new salesperson. Create a new salesperson role. Okay, new one. Call it. What are we going to call the name? Salesperson. Salesperson. So we've created a salesperson role. The DAX expression consists of two parts, which you will define in the next step. So use a salesperson which has a true or false data type from the employee to only show dashboard dashboard to salespeople. Use user principal name to personalize the dashboard so each salesperson can look at their own individual sales. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to say use a salesperson which has true or false. So we want to go to the employee table. Okay, let's look at it. Hold up. We're supposed to be seeing the table here. Can't I view the table? Okay. Select tables. I think we're going to select. Okay. Oh, the interface has changed. So I have to select the table. I can select the table and add the filter here. Okay. I'm going to select employee. Let's say it says use a salesperson which has a true or false data type from dim employee to only show dashboard to salespeople. Okay. Dim employee, new. So I'm going to say is salesperson. We're going to go to is salesperson is true. So I see is true. Are we going to add a new one? Let's see. So these are column, dim employee table. The column in the dim employee table, condition is true. We have true or false here is true. Then what about the second part? Use user principal name to personalize the dashboard so each salesperson can look at their individual rows. Look at one more row, one more table. Okay. I'm trying to pay attention so as not to make mistake. Use user principal name to personalize it. The two part of your DAX session should do the following. Use the salesperson. We've done that. Use user principal name to personalize the dashboard so each salesperson can look at their individual sales. Okay, can I add a new one? If I add a new one, I need to go to another. Hmm. Hold up. I think I'm seeing some mistake here. Let's see. Switch to DAX editor. Oh, I can see the differences here. Okay. There's a new interface in the Power BI interface, so it's kind of confusing. Let's see. So the first one, as you say, is salesperson equals to true. Is salesperson equals to true. Hmm. Okay, so that is one. The second one is user principal is to personalize the dashboard so each salesperson can look at their email. Okay. I think the next one is user principal name, email. Okay, hold up. Let's rewatch the video real quick. I think the part I was using the email to the filtering criteria.
Hello.
Okay, this is it. So email equals to user principal name. Okay, so that's it here. So let's create that email. I think we have the email already there. we are still getting, let's see, unexpected expression email. So we're having two challenges now. So it's saying, let's cancel this expression. Let's get a hint. Is salesperson equal? Oh, so we need to write one formula and use the AND function to concatenate that. Okay, that was our mistake there. So we need to go back here and use the concatenate function there. Oh, okay. I was also trying to go straight to the point also. I say email. This is our email here. This has to be dim employee email equals to user principal name. Let's see. Okay. Is that we could just verify that expression and see if there's an error. At least there's no error here. But dim employee is salesperson equals to true, and the email is user principal name from the dim employee table. Should be structured like this. Okay, so let me try and get rid of this email that is part of. Let's see if it's going to work like this. It still work though. You can see that. So verify, switch to default editor. I don't know how I can use this same challenge in the default editor. Let's see. I kind of like the no, let's just maintain this. Let's save first and continue. So successful apply change. So we have applied, we've created an RLS there. So I can just close this tab. Let's read the instruction one more time. So the instruction now says, test if the role is properly defined. Go to the model view and experiment with the view as feature. Okay. Go to the model view. So let's see view as feature. So navigate to the dashboard. Go to the model view and experiment the view as feature. So view as salesperson, other users. I'm going to mention, okay. Now go to the dashboard tab in the report view and look at the dashboard as a salesperson such as Lily. Test if the dashboard is indeed blank for a non-salesperson such as JOK. Okay. Let's see. Okay, view as salesperson lily.code@wwi.com. Let's see lily.code@wwi.com. Let's see. Oh, it's not applied. Object level is not applied. Oops. Now viewing as Lily. Oh, can all of them, everything is blank. Okay, go to the dashboard. No user are currently logged in dashboard. Oh. Test if the role is properly defined. Go to the model view and experiment with the view as feature. Navigate to the dashboard tab in the report view and look at the dashboard as a salesperson such as lily.code@wwi.com. Oh, if I say everything is blank, oh, so our role level is not, let's stop viewing. No user are currently logged in. And everything is here. Okay, let's view us one more time. Let's see salesperson. Let's click on OK first. Blank. Oh, view as other users, salesperson. Let's see lily.code. Oh, okay. I guess I spelled Lily Ly. I was using double L in the interface. Lily.code. Okay. .code at, I didn't input my correct. Let's test this one more time. Oh, so it is working fine. So I mistakenly input Lily double L instead of one. Now viewing as lily.code. You can see it is working fine. So it filters. That means our manage, when I go to manage rows, this our little DAX function here is working fine. This our row level security is working super fine. So I could just stop viewing as Lily and view as another person called J, which is not a salesperson though. J does shan't. Let's view as other user salesperson. J does shan't. Shan't is probably a manager. WI.com, because everything is blank because this person is not a salesperson. So not viewing as a salesperson, which is interesting. Let's see. So what was the total profits by Amy Treffel? This is amy.treffel at wwi.com. Let's view as other user salesperson, which is Amy. Let's confirm the spelling. AMY AMY TREFL. AMY AMY TREFL at wwi.com. Let's see the total sales, that is 17 million. You can see total profit. Total profits was 8 million, not total sales. Total profit was 8 million. Oh, we nailed it. That was interesting. I think the last part is security filtering, which is security filtering. So did you notice that distance city count did not change in the last exercise? Or I didn't pay attention. That's, yeah, it didn't change. Exactly when we use the wrong salesperson, this didn't change. Okay, let's see. The RLS you created use fields from the dim employee table and automatically filters data within the facts table, but distinct city count values in the dimensional table, dim city. RLS does not access this data unless we apply security filtering in both directions. Your job is to update this so the correct value is displayed. Let's maintain same table. Investigate this distance count measure. Distant count city measure. Let's look at this measure. Distant count city measure. So for this measure, we're actually calculating distant counts of the city ID from both the dim city table and the fat table using the cross filtering DAX function. Okay, I think that is working fine. That's how we got the correct calculation there. Did you notice that there is a cross filter function applied with both as the last argument? This looks fine, but somehow distinct city count is still wrong for individual salespeople. Edit the relationship between dim city and the facts table so that security filter can be applied with both directions. So we're going to go to the model view. This function is absolutely fine. So the challenge is to go to the model view because this actual calculation, this distinct city count is coming from the dim city table and the facts table. So let's look at the model view to see that. If I go to the dim city, which is this one here, and the facts table, this is this here, and they're actually connected to each other though. But this is our dim city count here, which is a distinct count of dim city. The city ID is coming, the calculation is coming from this city ID here, this column here, and they are both related to this, but our RLS is not won't be correct because our RLS is coming from this dim employee table. Yeah, we actually use this dim employee table to create the role level security on email and salesperson. So there's no way this will be filtering to the dim city table. So the RLS will filter from the dim employee to the dim city. So what we need to do is the RLS can actually filter within this fact sales table. So once this is filtered, once the dim employee column, this actual column here, filter the fact table. The fact table, once it's automatically filtered, it's going to filter this table also. So what we need to do is just double click and change this cross filtering direction to both and apply security filters in both directions. Click on save. If you go back to this, you can see this distinct city count change immediately. That's well understood. So we need to understand where each of your function, calculation, which table it is actually coming from, and is it filtering to down to any other table that are actually using in this any of your calculation or any visual within your dashboard. So we solved that. So what is the distinct city counts of Lily code? So let's change this back to Lily code. Let's stop viewing as this person, and let's change this to view as salesperson, Lily, sorry, 1L dot code at wwi.com. That's it. That is 653. That is 653. 653 calculation. We need, so that's correct. Lily sold our products in 653 different cities. That's incredible, impressive. So we nailed this row level security pretty well without less challenge based on the previous live stream that we've done. That's quite interesting. So the next course is table manipulation function. We're going to learn table manipulation function in DAX. So we use this function to summarize the table. So that will be on day 4 of the live stream. We're definitely going to be stopping here for today. All right, so thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. So if you found value in this learning journey with me, do well to support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live or drop a new content on the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow, day 46. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.